Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Today, what I would like to do is try to answer the age-old debate of should college athletes be paid? Show me the money! Well, if you ask people like me would say, college athletes are already being paid, right? They're getting a full ride, full scholarship. A lot of times that could equal up to $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year, depending on the school. Free room and board, breakfast, lunch, and dinner paid for. But Pete, these universities are making millions of dollars off of these kids. I got news for you. These universities are making millions of dollars off of you, too. Every hat you buy, a cup, a koozie, the flag hanging on the front of your house, a bobblehead doll. Money, 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 money. My opinion is that college athletes are amateurs, not professionals. They're 18-year-old kids for the most part. And I don't believe that introducing payment into an amateur system is a good idea for anybody. If you think that these universities are going to pay these athletes and just take a loss or eat that cost, you got another thing coming. Guess who's going to pay for it? We will. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Ticket costs will go up. The cost of a soda will go up. The cost of a popcorn will go up. The cost of parking will go up. And the only thing more annoying than an immature 22-year-old millionaire is an annoying, immature 18-year-old millionaire. Have you ever heard of an internship? Well, if you've been living under a rock for your entire life, I'll tell you what an internship is. It's when you accept a job with a corporation who makes money off of your work basically for free or for very, very little pay. In return, you gain experience where you can take that internship experience and go out and get a job making some real money. That's what college sports basically is. If you have any hopes or dreams of being a professional athlete, college athletics is your internship. But wait, there's more. Since less than 1% of college athletes will actually become professional athletes, guess what else you get to do? You get to get a free education in any major that you want and take that and have a career in any field that you can imagine. Unless you imagine yourself as a stripper, in which case you may need to take a different route. And you get to leave school virtually debt-free. That's one hell of a payment, if you ask me. And another thing. Money ruins everything, especially when you're talking about college sports. There's already corruption that goes on in college sports with people being, coerced, giving gifts, or paying for a recruit to come to your school. Can you imagine entering more money into that situation? Even if they put a stipulation on, you can only pay a player a maximum of $10,000 a year as a salary to play for your school. There's going to be teams who are going to pay that $10,000 and then find another way to sneak them another 40 or 50 grand on the DL. Hell, Hugh Freeze would have a hard time coaching football. He'd spend 10 hours a day delivering duffel bags full of money. It basically happens now when you introduce money into sports, you're going to make it worse. We already have money-driven sports. It's called the NFL. It's called the NBA. It's called the NHL. And those are good for what they are. Part of what makes college athletics special is that these kids aren't coming up as 16, 17-year-old kids dreaming about what university they're going to go to make some money. They're dreaming about what university they want to go to get some exposure, have a great college experience, go to a school with some tradition, become a semi-superstar on your campus. Which university has the hottest chicks? And you'll be able to use that fame later in your life, whether you become a professional or not, to benefit you. And to get a hot chick. I will say this, though. I do not have a problem with players, especially, college basketball, college football, or any player, for that matter, if anybody's willing to buy the jersey, for them being paid for some money for their likeness. So if somebody sells a Jake Fromm jersey in Athens or on the internet or whatever, Jake Fromm should probably get a cut of that money because they're selling his name, not really a jersey. They're selling his name for the most part. So I don't have a problem with that. That's very different than paying players a salary. So I say no salaries, no signing bonuses. Keep it the way it is. Your school, your education, All the free stuff you get when you're there is plenty enough of a payment for now until you decide you want to go get a real job somewhere. Which reminds me, it's time for Pigskin Pete Real Talk. If it's so tough being a famous college athlete without being paid, then don't do it. Go get a job at a construction company or a plumbing company or an electric company and make your own living that way. Or take the opportunity that you've been given to go make yourself into a professional athlete or get a degree and go work in any field that you want. And stop crying about it. Pigskin Pete, check it out.